Hi, a blessed day to all of you. I hope that all of you are doing well and safe, as well as your families, friends, and loved ones, especially after those devastating storms or typhoons that hits our country. I know that the current situation of our country is very heartbreaking and very depressing for all of us, diba? There are thousands of houses have been destroyed and dozens of people have died. So, napakahirap talaga at nakakalungkot yung situation natin. But we need to find courage and strength with each other for us to survive these trying times. Let us keep our faith to God. Let us continue praying and asking God for His mercy, guidance, and protection for all of us. So, life must go on. So, laban lang tayo. Kaya natin to. Okay? Basta, sabi nga nila, there is always a rainbows after the rain, or there is always a sunshine or sunrise after the sunset. So that is a sign of hope na kailangan natin bumangon, kailangan natin lumaban. So tuloy lang ang buhay, tuloy lang din ang pag-aaral. So now get your books and get your laptop and start reading your lectures or watching your lectures, mga ina-upload ng inyong mga teachers. Okay? So this week, we have two topics to discuss: the theory of Newman or Margaret Newman and the theory of Hildegard Peplau. So let us begin with the theory of Peplau, known as the theory of interpersonal relations, or tawag ng iba is the psychodynamic nursing. Okay. So Peplau give emphasis or focus on nurse-patient relationship. That is, according to her, it is ever-changing, and relationships has steps and process. So, parang ano lang din yan, yung parang panliligaw lang yan. So, kapag nanligaw ka, dadaan ka sa mga steps from the very start talaga, yung getting to know each other, okay, establishing relationship para makuha mo yung trust ng iyong nililigawan. So, ganun lang. Okay? So, according to her, interpersonal relations involves motivational interviewing. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na pag nanliligaw ka, you have to ask first kung may crush ka, kung ano yung pangalan ng crush mo. Diba? Parang ganun yan. Magba-background investigation ka. So, it's the same with this parang ganun din ang process, di ba, sa pag isang nurse ka. So, sa motivational interviewing, you have to collect information about the patient. Okay, the demographic data of the patient, the patient history, the medical history of the patient. Yan, kukuhanin mo lahat yan. Even the social status of the patient, occupation, etc. Okay, self-management. Okay, so you have to know yourself, you have to know your own, self-aware ka sa iyong sarili para makapag answer ka doon sa mga queries later on ng iyong patient. And making informed decisions. If, for example, nakagawa ka na ng iyong plans, nakagawa ka na ng plan of care for the patient, you have to inform the patient kung ano yung plan of care. And of course, you have to get the client engagement. So, it is very important na mag-participate si patient in the treatment plan. Okay? So, according to Peplau, the nurse and patient must work together so they become more mature and knowledgeable in the process of healing. So, kailangan yun. So, let us talk about the theorist. The theorist, or Peplau, was born on September 1, 1909 at Pennsylvania, USA. So, she is considered to be the mother of psychiatric nursing. She emphasized the importance of professional self-regulation through credentialing and introduced the concept of advanced nursing practice. Her significant contribution in nursing is the development of theory of interpersonal relations, and again, this theory talks about relationship between the nurse and the patient. So, anong klaseng relationship to? Baka iniisip mo, ito na yung boyfriend, girlfriend ni relationship. So, iba po ito, no? Kahit anong level or age ng iyong patient, you have to establish your relationship to what we call the therapeutic relationship with your client. Okay? It's a therapeutic relationship. So, her educational background. She graduated from Pennsylvania School of Nursing in 1931. And in 1943, she gained her bachelor's degree in interpersonal psychology. And she earned master's and doctoral degrees from Teachers College, Columbia University. And unlike other theorists, she published a book also known as Interpersonal Relations in Nursing in 1952. So her book described the importance of the nurse-patient relationships, no, as a significant therapeutic interpersonal process. And it is recognized as the first nursing theory textbook since Nightingale's work in 1850s. So, siya yung first published nursing theorist. Okay? So, Peplau, yung kanyang experiences or yung kanyang scope of nursing includes her contributions as a psychiatric nursing expert, educator, author, and nursing leader. And she also served as an executive director and president of American Nurses Association. So the theoretical sources of her theory refers to the body of verified knowledge found within the Peplau's theory of interpersonal relations, integrated existing theories into her model at a time when nursing theory development is relatively new. So, kumukuha rin siya ng ideas from other theories. The nature of science in nursing discipline of nursing that is mainly knowledge from biological and behavioral sciences. In developing her theory, she borrowed knowledge from behavioral science that can be termed the psychological model. This model, it enabled the nurse to begin to move away from disease orientation. So, di ba, kung before, ang focus lang ng nurse is yung illness ni patient. So, ang purpose ni Peplau is hindi lang doon nakafocus. You have to check the processes, kung ano yung what will happen. May mga interactions na nangyayari yan. To one whereby the psychological meaning of events, feelings and behaviors could be explored. So, dapat titingnan natin kung bakit nangyari itong pangyayari na to. How does the patient feels and why is it, this is the behavior of the client. So, titingnan natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng mga yon so that you can assess ano ba talaga ang problema. From that, you can have your assessment data na pwedeng doon ka mag-start ng iyong plan for your nursing interventions. Okay, you have to ikinoconsider yung feelings ni patient, ikinoconsider kung ano yung mga pangyayari, mga behavior. So, yun yung ano ni Peplau. So, through therapeutic relationship, it gives the nurse an opportunity to teach patient how to experience their feelings and to explore with clients how to bear their feelings, diba? So through your therapeutic communication, so you were able to establish trust to your client, and then since the client trusts you, she will now explain or he will explain or share to you how does she feels, kasi yung feeling na yun meron yung link doon sa kanyang health. So mas makukuha mo mas makakuha ka na data kung bakit ganito ang nangyayari, kung bakit ito yung sign and symptoms ng patient, diba? And then, her theory was based on the theories of the following. Okay, ng mga theory nila Sullivan, Simmons, Maslow. Siguro you're familiar with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Mittelman, Miller, Freud, the ego and id, diba? From Adler and Pavlov. Okay, so again, yung theory ni Peplau is also known as psychodynamic nursing. And when you say psychodynamic nursing, it is being able to understand one's own behavior. So that means that as a nurse, before you can give care to your client, it is very important that you know, you are aware of yourself, you are aware of your weaknesses, you are aware of your strengths. Because of course, baka mamaya, pag nag-arise, when you are caring with the patient, nag-arise yung a certain situation, baka mas mauna ka pa doon sa patient. So, dapat you know that so that you know how to handle your patient. For you to be able to help others identify felt difficulties. Kasi if you yourself, you don't know how to identify difficulties, you don't know how to handle a certain situation, it is very difficult for you also to help others. And of course, to apply principles of human relations to the problems that arise at all levels of experience. So, Peplau identified 4 psychobiological experiences that compel destructive or constructive patient responses. So, pwedeng positive or negative response. And those are the needs, frustrations, conflicts, and anxiety. Of course, di ba, pag meron kang needs, ano ba yung needs na pinag-uusapan here? It is actually healthcare needs, diba? Could be healthcare needs ang kailangan kasi because we're talking about your patient. So, care. So, kailangan ni patient ng care, kailangan ni patient ng assistance. So, na-identify mo na yung needs through your assessment. If that needs will not be met, it might lead to frustrations to the client. Diba? Kahit naman ikaw, kahit nga yung, for example, tulad na lang ngayon, yung need mo sa pag-aaral is for you to have a stable internet. So, kapag wala kang stable internet, it might lead to your frustration. So, magiging frustrated ka. And once you are frustrated, it may also lead to conflict. Ano ba yung conflict? Conflict within yourselves could be internal and could be external. Pag sinabi natin internal, nagiging moody ka na sa sarili mo, feeling mo, nako, ang ganito na ako. Or kapag patient ako, hindi ko na magagawa yung mga dati kong ginagawa, hindi ko na kaya, wala na akong silbi. So that is conflict with your own self. And then external conflict, so nagiging mataray ka na sa mga tao sa paligid mo. Okay, hindi na maganda ang mood mo toward your relationship with your relatives or with your family, pwedeng affected na. And thus leading to anxiety. So, Peplau described the structural concepts of the interpersonal process, which are the phases of the helping relationship. So, these are the number 1. Yung phase 1 is the orientation. Okay. So, in orientation, the patient has felt need and expresses the desire for professional assistance. So, ito yung nakaramdam si patient na po, parang palaging sumasakit na yung ulo ko or nahihilo na ako. So, pupunta na si patient to the clinic and then magpapa-check up na siya. Okay? And then, the nurse helps the patient recognize and understand his or her problem and determine his or her need for help. So, in this phase, the nurse start now her or his assessment. Okay? Mag-a-assessment na siya. So, in this phase, the nurse-patient relationship started na ma-establish. Now, this is the time that the client exposes the issue that they are seeking the nurse support. Okay? To identify what the client is asking for. Ano ba yung mga itatanong niya? Ano ba yung kailangan niyang needs? Bakit ganito? Bakit sumasakit ang ulo ko? So, yan mga questions the patient. And then, the second phase is the identification. In this phase, The nurse permits exploration of feelings. Okay, so explore mo na. So you have to investigate. Bakit ganito yung feelings ni patient? Ano yung possible factors? Ba't sinabi niya, masakit ang ulo ko, at tinatanong mo na this time, ano kaya ang naging cause? Tinitingnan mo na, nag-a-assess ka na, tinitingnan mo na kung yung kanyang vital signs, or in-explore mo, ano po ba, what is your occupation? Okay, anong oras ka natutulog? Nai-stress ka ba? So, those are the things that kailangan mong i-investigate. Okay? To aid the patient in undergoing illness as an experience that reorients feelings and strengthens positive forces in the personality and provides needed satisfaction. So, it involves the nurse educating the patient. You can ask the client how they learn best. Okay. So, paano ka ba matututo? So, paano ko ba, dito kasi sa identification, nakita na natin yung problem, di ba? So, in-investigate na natin, tapos pinag-iisipan natin kung ano ba yung mga pwede natin gawin. You have to work with the patient. Parang, you have to work together. Okay, na-identify na ito pala kung bakit ka nahihilo, dahil pala bumababa ng iyong blood sugar. Okay, so, ito yung kailangan natin gawin. So, you have to work together with your patient. And in exploitation, the patient attempts to derive full value from what he or she is offered through the relationship as he or she moves on from a dependent to independent one. So, the nurse can project new goals to be achieved through personal effort and power shift from the nurse to the patient as the patient delays gratification to achieve the newly formed goals. So, in this phase, the aims of the nurse is to modify the client's behavior. Kasi malapit na kayo maghiwalay. So, na-identify na, nalaman na yung problema. For example, meron si patient, diabetic si patient. So, kailangan ituro mo sa kanya yung diet therapy na dapat bawal na, magliles na siya ng sugar, control the carbohydrates intake, or if the patient needs to drink medication or to take medication, so dapat alam na ni patient to how to do that, kung paano siya uminom ng medication. So dapat dito na ituturo mo na maging dependent, mag-move na si patient from being dependent sa iyo kanina to being independent. Inire-ready mo siya because on the next phase, uuwi na si patient. Okay? So this is the last phase, the resolution, or also known as the termination phase. Okay? In this phase, the patient earns independence. So, naturuan mo na siya doon sa exploitation kung anong gagawin niya over his or her care as he or she gradually puts aside old goals and formulates new one. This is a process that the patient frees himself or herself from identification with the nurse. Kasi doon sa identification, parang dependent pa si patient. Okay? It is very apparent that the experience leaves a lasting impression on the patient, since illness and assuming a dependent role is a unique human experience. So, interpersonal therapeutic process is based on the theory proposed by Peplau and is particularly useful in psychiatric patients become receptive of the therapy. So, more on for psychiatric patient to. So, pwede natin lahat naman. So, psychological aspects. So, maganda siyang i-apply doon. So, often referred by Peplau as psychological mothering. So, it includes the following steps. May another steps pa ulit, no? The patient is accepted unconditionally as a participant in a relationship that satisfies his needs. So, i-accept mo siya as a person, as an individual with own values, with own belief. You have to give respect to the client. And there is recognition of and response to the patient readiness for growth as his initiative. So, here, na-recognize mo na yung need ng client and you are now planning how to respond or how to meet those needs. So, power in relationship shifts to the patient. as the patient is able to delay gratification and to invest in goal achievement. Last phase din yun. So, Peplau also identified the six nursing roles. Meron siyang 6 nursing roles. The nurse assumes several roles naman which empower and equip her in meeting the needs of the patient that are appropriately being used by the nurse in different situations and phases of interpersonal relationship. The first role of the nurse here is the role of the stranger. So, parang panliligaw ulit, no? Habang nakilala mo yung crush mo, so you are stranger with each other. So, in this phase, this is the initial contact wherein the nurse and the patient are strangers to one another. So, as the nurse attempts to know the patient better, of course, you have to know your patient better for you to be able to address, for you to be able to help the client, for you to be able to identify the needs of your client. She must treat him with utmost courtesy. Of course, show respect to your client, which includes acceptance of the patient as a person and due respect over his individuality. This coincides with the identification phase. So, ito yung part ng identification phase. And the second role of the nurse is the role as a resource person. So, as the patient assumes a dependent role, the nurse provides specific answers to his queries, which include health information. Okay, so nalaman na ni patient na ito yun, meron siyang diabetes or hypertensive siya. Then, ito na yun na magsisik siya ng answers, bakit nagkaroon, ano yung proper way, how to treat my illness. So, ganun na yun, kasi marami na yung papasok sa isip ni patient. And you as a nurse, you have to provide health information, advices, and simple explanation of the healthcare team's course of care. Ano ba yung gagawin ng healthcare team sa kanya? What are the plan of care? So, in a way, that is very easy for the patient to understand. Okay? So, you have to remember that it is the responsibility of the nurse to appropriately change his response to the patient's level of understanding. So, diba, in your assessment, nalalaman mo naman kung ano yung educational background of the client or ano yung trabaho ni patient. So, from that information, you will know ano ba yung level of understanding ng patient mo. So, kung masyadong mababa, syempre you have to go down. You have to explain it in a layman's term that is understandable for the patient. And the third role is the teaching role. Okay, as the interaction progresses, the nurse assumes a teaching role as she gives much importance for self-care. So, ito talaga yung pinaka-importante, no? During the process, during the healing process of the patient, tuturuan mo siya ng self-care para maging independent na siya pag-uwi niya. And in helping him understand the therapeutic plan. So, ano ba yung plan of care? Kasi, baka mamaya hindi niya naintindihan. Okay, bakit kailangan itong gawin? Just like in our current situation, yung iba dahil sa COVID, kahit may nararamdaman na, kahit inuubo na, kahit nilalagnat na, ayaw magpa-check up, ayaw magpa-swab test because they don't understand. Ang naintindihan nila, naku, pag na-swab ka, sabihin agad positive. Or naku, baka pag tinurukan ako ng vaccine, merong chips yan, merong style lang yan. So, you have to explain it. What is the therapeutic plan? Kung bakit kailangan gawin yon. In assuming this role, the nurse must determine how the patient understands the subject at hand. She must develop her discussion around the interest of the patient. So, make sure na yung discussion mo, yung health teaching mo to the client is interesting to him or her. Baka naman malayo doon sa illness niya yung ituturo mo. So, make sure na it is related doon sa kanya, it is individualized, at may intindihan ni patient. And his ability, of course, ito yun, of using the information provided. Baka mamaya, binigyan mo siya ng pamphlets, hindi naman pala marunong magbasa si patient. So, you have to individualize your teaching or health teaching depending on the need of your client. And number 4, the leadership role. So it involves the democratic process. The nurse helps the patient meet the task at hand through a relationship of cooperation and active participation. So hindi lang ito yung leader ka, kailangan may active participation yung patient mo. So of course, that is to promote fast healing or fast recovery. Okay, and then the other one, or number 5, is the surrogate role. In this role, the patient's dependency for his care gives the nurse a surrogate role as a temporary caregiver. So this actually creates an atmosphere wherein feelings previously felt, such as feelings towards his mother. This could be positive also or negative feelings or impact to the client. Some other relationships are reactivated and nurtured. So, feeling niya, parang nanay ka niya. Baka mamaya nakadepende na siya sa'yo, kaya siya gumagaling dahil nanay, parang feeling niya, nanay ka niya, or ang mahirap dyan, asawa ka niya, or girlfriend ka niya. O, diba? Although the patient recognizes that the nurse has similarities with the person whom he recalls in previous relationship, the nurse must assist the patient to make sure that his surrogate role is different and only temporary. So, it is very important pag sinabi niya, ay, para ko talagang naalala ko talaga sa iyo yung aking asawa, yung pagkikare niya sa akin, wala na ganun, iyak na si patient. Kasi halimbawa, nawala na yung asawa niya, or namatay na yung asawa niya, or wala na, diba? Tapos nare-remember niya sa'yo, or iniwan siya, na-remember niya sa'yo. You have to acknowledge that, yes, maybe we have similarities, but you have to remember that that is your wife, and I am your nurse, and I'm here to help you in your health recovery process. Yeah. And the number 6 role of the nurse is the counseling role. Okay, so Piplau believes that the counseling role has the greatest importance and emphasis in our nursing. This role strengthens the nurse-patient relationship as the nurse becomes a listening friend. So you have to sit down with your client. You let your client express her feelings. Ibig sabihin, as a nurse, ito yung nakakalungkot, no? Kasi pag nakikita nyo sa area, sobrang busy si nurse. Wala na talagang time to communicate with the patient. So yeah, you have to remember na kahit very, very short time lang, you have to establish relationship with the client because, di ba nga, hindi lang naman physical yung ating ang aspect, no, para sa healing process ni patient, involved dyan ang psychological, emotional, spiritual, the mind, body, and spirit. Okay? So, this is the very core of the interpersonal technique for the patient to remember and to understand the experience and how could it be integrated into his life. Okay, so being a counseling role, pwede kang magbigay ng advice doon sa iyong patient. Let us now move on to the meta paradigm in nursing. So like other theorists, we have to check how Piplau looks or view the 4 major concepts of a theory: the nurse, patient, environment, and a person. Then, so in nursing, Piplau described nursing as a significant, so importante, therapeutic, interpersonal process. It functions cooperatively with other human processes that could be your patient, your other a team member, healthcare team member that make health possible for the individuals and communities. Nursing is an educative instrument. So, ibig sabihin, when you are an educative instrument, you are formed through education. So, you are equipped with knowledge, with skills, and attitude to handle a specific situation. So, you have to answer your client in a scientifically. So, from what you have learned in school. A maturing force that aims to promote forward movement of personality and direction to creative, constructive, productive, personal, and community living. On persons, so Piplau defines person as a man who is an organism. that lives in an unstable balance. Diba yung environment natin, hindi naman talaga always in balance yan of a given system, no? So, there could be sometimes an imbalance. Kapag nagkaroon ng imbalance, that could further affect the health of a person. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ni Paplao dyan. That is why, you have to help the person maintain balance. On health, Paplao considers health as a word that symbolizes movement of the personality and other ongoing processes that directs the person towards creative, constructive, productive, and community living. He also gave importance on the belief that one's health to be achieved and maintained, his needs must be met. So, it is very important naman talaga para magkaroon ng optimum health, yung needs ng patient must be met. On environment, Paplao defined it as forces outside the organisms and in the context of the socially approved way of living, from which vital human social processes are derived, such as norms, customs, and beliefs, just like the theory of Madeleine Lininger, diba? So, she considered the cultural aspect of your patient. However, this gives conditions that lead to health always include the interpersonal processes. So what happens? What are the events that happen between the nurse and client relationship? So Paplao died peacefully in her sleep at 89 years later on March 17, 1999. In her home in Sherman Oaks, California. But before I end this presentation, let me show you this video clip for you to have or for you to be able to understand it better, or how Paplao's should be applied in nursing practice.
Hello everyone, my name is Emma. I am here to talk to you about Paplao's theory. In her theory, she identifies 6 nursing roles and 4 phases of the nurse-patient relationship. Let's first discuss the roles. It is important for nurses to know what roles they are cast in so they can understand what patients expect from them. Although Paplao identifies 6 specific roles, she recognizes that nurses take on many more roles. The stranger role is when both nurse and patient are meeting for the first time. It is important the nurse is non-judgmental, meets all basic needs, and develops trust. Hello Mr. B, I am Emma. I am going to be your nurse today.
Oh hey. I want to see the doctor. No offense, but you can't do much to help my pain.
Well Mr. B, I am here to help. First tell me where you are having pain, and then we can work together to make you more comfortable. In the resource role, the patient looks to the nurse for knowledge. For this role, it is important for the nurse to stay educated and on top of her skills.
Nurse Emma, this machine says my heart rate is 80. Is that a normal heart rate?
Yes, Mr. B. A heart rate is how many times your heart beats in 1 minute. A normal heart rate is 60 to 100 beats per minute. In the teaching role, the nurse should identify a patient's learning needs and preferred method of learning. The nurse should find out what a patient already knows and expand on it. Mr. B, can you tell me what you know about high blood pressure?
Not much. Isn't it caused by eating too much salt?
Sodium, which is found in salt, can affect your blood pressure. I'd like to help you understand more about what is causing you to have high blood pressure. First, can you tell me what you do for a living?
Yes, I am a writer.
Oh, how wonderful. Does that mean you love reading?
Yes, I love to read.
Okay, great. I will give you a pamphlet on high blood pressure to read. Then if you have any questions you can ask me. In the leadership role, the patient looks to the nurse as a role model. Showing of interest and presence should be practiced. Encourage active participation. Keep in mind the patient is at risk of becoming dependent on the nurse. Use interventions to discourage this behavior. Mr. B, today our goal should be to get you out of bed and walking.
No, I don't think I want to do that. I am scared it will be too painful.
Mr. B, getting out of bed is an important part of your recovery. I will get you pain medicine and I will be back in an hour to help you walk.
Okay, before you leave, can you turn the volume up on my TV?
The remote is sitting on your table. Please use it to turn up the volume. In the surrogate role, the nurse may remind a patient of someone they know. The nurse could look like or act like that person. It could be a negative or positive relationship. If a patient mentions the nurse reminds them of someone they know, it is important the nurse addresses this. The nurse should tell the patient they are not that person.
Emma, this is my mom. Her name is Emily. She has always taken such good care of me. She's my hero. Wow, Emma, I just realized how much you remind me of my mom.
Mr. B, you are right. Your mother and I have some similarities. However, we are not the same person. She is your loved one and I am your nurse. In the counselor role, the nurse helps a patient identify feelings they have surrounding their health. The nurse can help them identify and express negative feelings. In this role, it is important to help the patient identify that their experience is an important life lesson. Mr. B, you're being discharged soon. Aren't you happy to go home?
I am scared that I won't be able to manage my high blood pressure at home. I am also worried about the side effects of my medicine and how they will affect my life.
It is good you are recognizing your feelings before leaving the hospital. You have learned a lot here. You can make positive life changes. Let's talk more about your feelings. Next, we will discuss the 4 phases of the nurse-patient relationship. Knowing these phases helps nurses understand tasks and roles expected of them. In the orientation phase, the patient has identified they have a need and are seeking professional help. They are scared and may ask questions such as, "Why is this happening to me?" In this phase, the nurse needs to explain themselves, set boundaries, establish trust, and acknowledge anxiety.
I need help. My head hurts really bad and I feel really dizzy. I think I might.
Rapid response in the waiting room. Everyone move out of the way so I can help my patient. Miss, you're going to be okay. You had low blood sugar, but it is back to normal now. We are going to admit you to the hospital to further monitor you.
Okay. That was really scary. Thanks for your help. I want to understand why this happened to me.
In the identification phase, the patient has identified they can rely on the nurse for help. The patient may feel helpless in this phase. Their personal security has been threatened by an illness. Nurses need to emphasize they are there to help and ensure safety. The leadership role is very important in this phase. Hello, Miss Ivy. My name is Emma. I met you in the waiting room. I am going to be your nurse today.
Hi, Emma. I remember you. I am very upset. The doctor just told me I have diabetes. My mom had to have her leg amputated because of diabetes. I don't know how I can deal with this.
Ivy, I understand why you are scared. I am here to help you through this process. We will work together to help you understand your new diagnosis.
Thank you. It makes me feel better to know you're here to help.
In the exploitation phase, the patient is moving towards the goal of discharge. They may struggle to understand the difference between needs versus dependence. Ivy, today I am going to have you check your own glucose. You need to know how to do this before you go home. It is important to closely monitor your glucose at home.
There is no way I can prick my own finger. You are going to have to do it for me. I can't do it.
You can do it. When you go home, I will not be there to help you. You need to learn how to do it now, with my help.
You're right. I want to be discharged and this is part of the process.
In the resolution phase, needs are resolving. A patient is physically ready to go home, but psychological needs should be addressed as well. This phase is seen as a freeing process. Ivy, you are being discharged today. I know you are happy. Do you have any concerns about managing your diabetes at home?
No, Emma. You have taught me all I need to know. I feel ready, and I know who I can reach out to for help if I need it. Thank you for all your help.
So I hope you learned something from that and you were able to understand how to apply the theory of Peplau in your nursing practice. So I'm hoping na hindi ninyo kakalimutan itong theory ni Peplau, di ba? So kailangan mai-apply nyo to sa inyong practice, especially kapag naging nurse na kayo. So, nakakalungkot lang kasi dahil yung mga nakikita kong nurses, lalo na yung mga nasa government hospitals, yung mga nasa public hospitals, yung treatment nila, the way they treat their patient, okay, doon sa orientation phase, diba? Parang, imbes you are interviewing your client, mataray pa sila, diba? So, how can your patient express their feelings? How can you get the accurate data of the client kung nagtataray kayo? Yes, I understand that they have overload. They are overload with patients, work, so medyo pagod sila. But then, you have to remember that that is part of your job. That is part of your job as a nurse. Okay? So, let me remind you that there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Okay? So, laban lang kayo. Mahaba-haba pa yung itatravel nyo. Mahaba-haba pa yung aakitin nyo. But you have to help yourself. You have to pray. And you have to work on your own. So that you can achieve your goal. Wala kasing shortcut dun sa success. Sa success, you have to undergo through process. Kasi kailangan alam nyo lahat. Kailangan matutunan nyo ang lahat so that you will become the best nurse in the future. So, thank you and God bless you all.